given that there is the need for support to several segments of the economy, given what they've suffered over the last 3-4 years with slowing growth, some of the effect of GST on the informal sector, demonetization, but mostly the 2 years of the pandemic. So the timing is right. Now, here's a very narrow, short-term, budget-oriented question. If this is the right timing to be thinking of redesigning the tax system, then where should the government start? Very quickly, if each one of you could sort of lay out what you think would give you confidence to hear from the finance minister that suggests to you that we are seeking to achieve what both of you have spoken about. Mr. Shukla?
So, Menka, if you look at the reality of today as we speak of this budget, the fact is we have seen the government really give away a lot of these, I spoke about the redistributive pressures, bulk of the population filing tax returns, less than 5 lakhs, you're not supposed to pay any taxes. At the same time, if you're earning above rupees 50 lakhs, every single rupee beyond that, you're paying 42.7 roughly, right? That's the kind of taxation that you have imposed on the higher end. Now, if you have a system wherein a small portion of individual taxpayers is going to be paying the bulk of it, right? Bearing the brunt of it, it is sort of very, very inequitable. And you are relying on a very small labor pool, salaried labor pool for your taxation efforts. Looking at the way private consumption has behaved, it is still far below the pre-pandemic levels. I would believe one way on the direct side, taxation side, is to give something, leave more money in pockets. Now, whether it is standard deduction, whether it is something for housing interest or principal, I don't know how they want to do it. But the fact is, there has to be some giveaway to the middle class or this small proportion of labor, salaried labor, where you're trying to get exaggerated amounts of taxes from. The other is on the indirect taxes. Now, I understand this is not within the ambit of the budget, but I think there has to be some recognition and some statement around the fact that GST has failed to deliver what it was supposed to deliver. As we speak, the GST is still giving us, I've seen those numbers, 1.3 lakh crore and all of that. But the fact is, even then, it is delivering 1% of GDP less than what it has subsumed, right? This is something that we need to look at. The revenue neutral rate is something that we have to revisit, and there has to be some sort of a statement from the government in terms of whether they want to address it or not. So the weighted average GST rate, 14.4 or 14.5, it has actually come down to effectively 11.6 or 11.5. And therefore, if this is one of your biggest, say, tax reforms, and it is still not delivering what it was supposed to, I think we need to re-examine this. So 2 things that I'm saying. On the direct tax side, we have to look at giving something just to begin with, for this budget, so that we are back on even keel in terms of the denominator. So I'm tying it back to the denominator growth.